All right. We will see how this works. I may not go for a full hour on this one. I switched it up to 1080p and it's down. Going down to 720. I was just doing 720 yesterday. once in a while they just disappear. Oh. Happy New Year! How's it going, HB? Just readjusted video settings again to see how this will do, so it's going to be a fairly short stream. So far it's pumping out pretty good. No drop frames or anything. Cool. Yeah, this morning I deposited about 85,000 gold, so. Store is full again. Ouch! Hey, Grow. There we go. Yeah, those wasps can't catch me, so. Yeah, that he is. Yeah, that 2%. It shows. And where I got the 2% at is right here. 120 in the lever. I put 100 in Mooncalf and then the other 20 into Arcanist to get that extra whopping. Well, actually, yeah, the movement speed 2%. And another fun little add-on that I like is Superstar. You can do a screenshot of all my armor and skill points and CP. The skills that I'm using just on the front bar: Streak, Flurry, Haunting Curse, Hurricane, Rapid Maneuver, Shooting Star, and then back bar: Critical Surge, Flurry, Haunted Curse, Rapid Maneuver, and Hurricane. Should probably switch those around. And Shooting Star. But none of the combat ones I use. Okay, why did the music stop?
Is there more to us than the words we say?
Nightbot.
The games we play. Can we know that we're not dreaming? We have this feeling that we can't explain. Do this every
Yeah, the
day.
add-ons,
But love will
they're
find
pretty
its
awesome.
way. I feel your presence, but I can't.
But they
help
do
but
can
notice
they can
you
cause lag, and
are missing where
that's why I only do
need
Master
you.
Merchant on this character, not the combat characters.
But
I have most of the add-ons on this character, since he's farmer and crafter.
You are a million miles away.
And I'll show you the
I can still
add-ons that I do have on here.
Will never drown us out.
Cookery Whiz for cooking,
We're
Advanced
in this
Filters, Awesome Guild Store, Chest Master, Constellations. That actually works with combat metrics, so I probably don't need it on this one. I don't want to do a refresh UI, so. Crafting stations shows where all the crafting stations on the map. Destinations just gives more stuff on your map. Easy Frame Library, that works with Cookery Whiz. That's for your food. Harvest Map is all the markers that whenever I pick up a new item, it puts a marker on the map. Lost Treasure. Mail R is a great little add-on. Somebody sends you a mail, you can actually reply to it. With this not active, you can't reply to the mails, you just have to remember who sent you the mail and you have to mail them back. This here gives you a reply button. Research Assistant, Research Grid, and Superstar for my character, Undiscovered, and a little mini map. There's my Master Merchant there. Here's the research grid. It shows everything that you have, as well as everything that you've learned and what you need to learn. That's for clothing and for blacksmithing. If I wanted to check other characters, I can too. Like my Nightblade, of course, he doesn't know anything. This is my Templar healer. He still has a ways to go. Big Red has a long ways to go. That's my other tank. And this is me here currently. But they're fun. Great add-ons. I aggroed him. Let's do that again. You have to hit it just right, hit streak. You can get by him without aggro. So I don't have to swim, I just streak across the water. And of course, I love the stamina usage on this. It hardly touches the stamina unless I use a lot of the skills. If I overdo it on the rapid maneuver, I can drain it down a bit, but then it comes right back up. And a roll dodge hardly even touches it. Let's do this. Let's go to Reapers. I know I've sold a few things, so I'm gonna go restock the shelves. First thing I do, I just run over to this first little place. Come on, leg. This is just where I do any repairs and sell the junk. And Donata's junk. Joda's junk. And the Tazar junk. I come back over to the bank. Everything is really close. That's what I love about this place. So before I do that, yeah, I did get one more, so it frees up another spot. Go to the guild store, sell. Oh, I only got 2 spots that I can sell. What do I want to put up? Let's go here. Sell that. And sell strip jelly. That up to max. Right, store is full. That's pretty much all I do, is just... That's my selling. Master Merchant makes it pretty simple. I forgot to show one more thing. That awesome Guild Store add-on. When you go to the traders, one thing it does here is it gives me this screen here. Which I can pick out. It changes this up a little bit, and then up here it gives you your history. You can do searches. You can clear your history. And this is the actual guild where my guild trader is. That's everything I've got in my store right now. And when you go to the bank, it has this nice little feature. If I want just Julianos, J-U-L. That's all the Julianos. Or if I want to check what I have for Scathing Mage, that's all the Scathing Mage. I'm up over 4 mil now. Again, finally. After spending $1.5 million on upgrades. Okay, let's see here. Oops, don't want to go that way. I have seen a few people run faster than me on here, but I have no idea what gear they're using. But I really don't want to go that fast because I know a couple people that have gotten in trouble for what they call oh, what do they call it? They basically got 30-day bans for speed sniping. Which I think is not really good because, you know, if your gear allows it, you know, they made the gear the way they made the gear, so why should they ban you for something that you're not really cheating on or anything? You just have your character set up for farming and you happen to get a good combination. But they do ban for speed sniping. If people complain. That's why I'm fast enough to get around, but I'm not one of those speedsters that people just get pissed off at. And for me on this character, speed's not the most important thing. The most important thing is the Stam regen and low Stam use, where I can just go forever. But the speed does help with outrunning thing when you accidentally aggro something. And that's my beautiful wolf. I just love him. And there's my little guy. Gotta love wolves. And when he runs, he's a lot quieter than the horses. Another thing I like about it. Ooh, Beetle Scuttle. 3660. More gold. Yes. Yeah, just a little bit ago, I did go take this character over into Cyrodiil, into the Imperial City, and used up all my available Telvar and bought all the alchemy sacks. So, I got some stuff to sell now. Once my store shelves clear. This one oh, Columbine. Columbine's on the radar. Hit that just right. So I don't aggro those guys. Yeah, I'm on high Columbine alert. High Columbine alert. Rubinite ore. Okay, I am up to, let me see here, let's go back and forth to get, there we go. 674 Kuta. Can't wait to get to 800. And it'll be 1,000, then 1,200. So what do you think of the add-on for markers? Markers! It doesn't mark everything in the game, it just plants a new marker when you pick something up that's new. When you first start out, there's no markers at all. All the markers are just what you've picked up. Aggro. Get them away from their nest and raid the goodies. Yeah, it makes it so much easier. I can imagine what kind of lag it would have if they just had an add-on to where all the alchemy stuff is marked and all the plus it would make the map look so bad. And the way it looks on the map. This is where everything is on the map. This is the circle that I do. I start here at the way shrine and I go to my circle. And then I just do these loops. Probably do about another 10 minutes of this. Then I gotta get off for a bit, feed the dogs, let them out, do their thing, get something to eat. Oh, I aggroed him. I'm gonna kill this guy. Kill! Oh, I don't want to get too close to the others. Oops, wrong way. Low DPS. But the shooting star still hits pretty hard. Get in there quick enough, aggro them, and scoot. Come on. Got it. Hey Brooklyn! So what are you up to this New Year's Day? Yeah, I'll be getting off here in about 5 to 10 minutes to feed the dogs, let them out. I'm thinking of possibly doing maybe a 6-hour stream a little bit later. I'm only doing an hour on this one. I readjusted video settings. Yesterday I was recording and streaming at 720. But on OBS I decided to do the recording at 1080 and then the output at 720. And my system seems to be handling it just fine. Not losing any frames or anything, even though the CPU is under more pressure. And if you look under my info, I do have posted what I'm using for my system. Can't remember what else I have down there. Oh, this character build as well. But every once in a while, for some reason my system just locks up, it just freezes. I'm thinking it's due to the old motherboard that I have in it with a relatively new processor. Motherboard's probably going on about 8 years old. I just got the new processor for it. That's the largest processor that this motherboard would handle. It's a FX8350 8-core. It won't handle the 9000 series 8 cores. But this 8-core is the black edition, so I can overclock it if I wanted. Yeah, I don't even have to be doing streaming or anything when it locks up. If I'm just watching a video, just doing basic stuff, every once in a while, what I'm thinking the glitch is, or what's causing it, it's not the processor with the motherboard, but I think it's between the SSD and the motherboard. I think there's something, this motherboard, it's the first in the series, or the first motherboard that came out with the 6 gig SATA 3. And then with the, of course, with the high-powered CPU, I'm thinking it's just between the SSD and the motherboard that's causing it. Something happens and everything just freezes. All 3 screens are locked up. So you just have to do a hard reboot and bring everything back up. And I really never had that issue until I started using SSDs. So usually once it happens one time and then I reboot, I've never had it happen a second time the same day. So it seems like once you get that out of your system, the rest of the day goes good. And so far it hasn't happened yet today, so been on here 55 minutes, and usually by now it would have done it. But the way I've got everything set up, I've got 3 24-inch monitors. My left monitor is OBS, my middle monitor is the game, and my right monitor is everything else, the YouTube platform, Nightbot application, Spotify application for the music. All that's on the right. Yeah, it does get annoying, that's for sure. But once it hiccups once, I mean, it would really tick me off if it was doing it every 10-15 minutes or every hour or whatever, but it seems like, you know, once in the morning it hiccups. After that, I run the rest of the day no problem. So it does get annoying, but wouldn't be as annoying as if it was doing it all the time. And of course the SSD that I got at the time was probably one of the best. So that doesn't really help too much. I want to get the Evo 850 Pro, but not until I get a new motherboard. And it's a toss-up between either Gigabyte or Asus. I'm not going with this ASROCK again. It's been alright when I had the 6-core, but with that 6-core processor, I could get into dungeons. Dungeons would slow down a little bit, but I couldn't get into any trials at all with that 6-core. It would drop me down to about 2 frames per second. But with this 8350, I've gone into just a couple trials to test it out, and it may drop down to maybe 20 or 25 frames per second, but at least it's playable. And hoping with if I get the new motherboard for it, it'll be even better. I think my real bottleneck is my motherboard being so old. I know it can't be the RAM. I got a whole 32 gigs in here, so. And the new motherboard will handle up to 64 gigs, so if I get the board, I'll probably get the RAM to go with it. Just because I like maxing everything out. I'd really like to get the new Intel processor, 10-core 20 thread. That'd be wicked cool. Motherboard's only about $420. The processor is just a little over $1,000, I believe. Then you gotta get the new DDR4 RAM. Supports up to 128 gigs, so there's another 700 or so. Yeah, I've pretty much got it figured out. I can't think of anything else that it would be that's causing that little issue. Unless, of course, the video card is maybe going, but I don't think it would be that. If it was a video card, it'd be doing it all the time. And it's not a heat related issue. Got the all-in-one cooler on the CPU, the H80i Corsair water cooler. Keeps it nice and cool. And the only overclocking I'm doing on the system is just what you can set your motherboard to just automatically do. It just gives it another extra little 20% push. So it goes from, I think, 4.2 gigahertz to 4.4, which is what I'm running at, which isn't much. But I got the motherboard so that it's got the boost on. Since I do have the water cooler, I can afford to push it a little. And when I run Prime 95 on this, I let it run for 24 hours, and the hottest that it got was pretty cool, actually. I think it only hit 72 at the hottest. Okay, temperatures. Right now, with all I'm pushing, I'm only running 25 degrees. 77 Fahrenheit. I'm running the CPU at about 52% on most of the cores. And it's running 4.3 gigahertz at the moment. So everything's staying nice and cool. Let's see, how is my graphics card doing? GPU temp is 43 degrees, 109 Fahrenheit. That's still pretty cool for these NVIDIA GTX 980s. And I'm not even ramping up the fans on the GPU either. I'm just letting the motherboard control it. Sometimes I'll bring up the NVIDIA app and actually bump the fans up a bit just to keep it cooler. But once I do get the new motherboard, I'm also looking at getting a different case too, because everything's hard to fit in this case that I have. I really want to get the H110i cooler, the 280 millimeter. I believe it's 280 for water cool and Corsair. That way I'd be able to push it even more. Maybe push it up close to 5 gigahertz. Okay, I'm on the last little stretch. Once I get to the end of my route here, I'll be stopping the stream for a bit. The dogs are needing to be fed and they're wanting outside. And this here is the end of my route. So I'm gonna go get the dogs taken care of, and we'll catch you guys later.